The book we're here to launch and discuss tonight is The War Against the Past, Why the West Must Fight for Its History. In his latest book, Professor Füredi explores the current cultural crusade against history, where the past is often dismissed as toxic, from toppling statues to erasing historical terms from our vocabulary.
James Madison, that's my favorite man. Until I listen to him, I read, he inspires me. He's a white man, he was a slave owner, what? In the eyes of the world, I am not supposed to be inspired by white men. And it is psychological, it is culture.
Well, I think you can see that this discussion, the book, the subject matter in the book, this real crusade to detach us, to sever us from the past, to sever us from our history, to sever us from the people and the events that made the societies that we live in, societies and events and a history that we can often be very, very proud of, as well as the events that we can all regret or even feel ashamed of. What is most important is we live in societies that were made by people like us in the past, and they accomplished and achieved a lot. And I think what you really came out from the discussion is that people realise that this is going on. People realise that those links, those connections are being broken, and that has real consequences for us here today.
The book is brilliant because it talks exactly about what's going on today. There is actually a war against the past. The past is seen as an enemy, as something that needs to be erased, that needs to be rewritten in our own image today. And Frank, in an almost magical way, basically showcases how this is happening and, of course, why it is a problem. And also then what can we do against it? How can we combat this? And Frank's book gives us equipment, gives us tools to deal with that. But first of all, we need to see what's going on. And I think the discussion reflected that quite accurately, because for some people it was an eye-opener. Just the examples that were given, that were showcased. For others it was, right, thank you for confirming what we felt already.
I'm a history teacher, and so I know what I'm talking about. And as I said before, also to hear some other present history teachers, we have to stand up, we have to fight, and history can't be rewritten.
I had to understand the history of Europe, to understand how and what impacts our world. And I think this book is going to start the discussion.